Rachel Zegler isn't being canceled. That word is loud, public, and usually over in a weekend. What's happening to her is quieter, slower, and far more chilling. She's being ghosted by the audience, by the very studios that once swore she was the future, and, if you listen closely, even by colleagues who now whisper her name only behind closed doors. The proof isn't hidden in gossip blogs or fan-edited memes. It's right there in the smoky hush of the London Palladium, a theater built to roar. Night after night, the ushers open the ornate doors, but the hall stays half-lit because entire blocks of velvet seats sit untouched. A place that has sold out Hamilton in 5-minute frenzies now echoes like a rehearsal hall because the revival of Evita, headlined by Zegler, can't lure people past the box office window. Recent news even pushed a flash sale, 5,000 seats at just $25 for under 30s and key workers. Desperate math for a show still weeks from opening night. Those ghost lights flickering over empty rows tell a darker story than any trending hashtag. They say, the hype machine ran out of gas. When producers announced the Jamie Lloyd-directed Evita run, 12 summer weeks, 2,286 seats a night, commentators predicted a stampede. Tim Rice lyrics, Andrew Lloyd Webber melodies, and a shiny Golden Globe winner front and center. The marketing copy promised a bold reimagining. Yet as soon as the ticket portal went live, trackers noticed something odd. Giant blue swaths of still available seats persisting hour after hour, day after day. A popular YouTube theater watch account called it a certified flop in slow motion. By early May, leaked inside data showed roughly 30% of total capacity sold across the entire run, meaning about 70% remained wide open. That is catastrophic for a West End stint this short. And here's where the numbers twist. A knife. Press releases claimed 4 million in pre-sales before casting was even announced. If that figure were genuine, you would struggle to find 2 seats together anywhere in the hall. Instead, front row center is yours for less than the price of a London dinner entree. So which is real? The press office boast or the glowing blocks of unclaimed upholstery? Reddit threads hum with accusations that the advance sale number was a PR placebo meant to create FOMO that never materialized. The result is tangible panic. In interviews, Zegler's eyes dart, her laugh lines freeze, half-formed, and answers come out polished yet brittle, like she knows the math and can't make it work. A comeback can't start if nobody shows up to witness it. Rewind to late 2024. Disney's live-action Snow White press tour should have been golden. Nostalgia in 4K, songs reorchestrated by Grammy winners, and Rachel Zegler in only her second major film, stepping into a role older than her grandparents. Instead, day one of the junket produced the viral clip heard round the internet. Zegler, smiling coolly, called the 1937 prince a stalker, laughed about the original's romance, and promised a leader-focused heroine who definitely wasn't dreaming about true love. Within hours, comment sections inflamed. Disney fans felt lectured, not celebrated. Memers fused her words with stills from the classic film and added "no thanks" captions. The phrase woke white was trending before the second round of interviews began. Box office numbers finished at a headline-friendly $200 million worldwide, but insiders estimate the production, marketing, and costly reshoots topped $500 million. The studio quietly sent memos delaying or canceling similarly reimagined projects, Tangled, Pocahontas, because executives suddenly feared a pattern of audience rejection. Zegler wasn't solely to blame for the financial crater, yet she became its most visible face. For millions of moviegoers, Snow White transformed from childhood comfort to corporate scold, and Zegler looked like the messenger. Why did one interview ignite such fury? It comes down to tone. Viewers don't need celebrities to be perfect. They need them to feel human. Zegler's delivery, academic, remote, occasionally smug, sounded less like spirited commentary and more like a lecture with a subtext. If you still cling to fairy tale romance, grow up. That vibe fed a perception, true or not, that she considered herself smarter than the material and smarter than the people who loved it. Soon, post-premiere videos of fan encounters surfaced. One TikToker described her in-person meet as shockingly talented but strangely distant, like she couldn't lower the velvet rope that separated performer from populace. Compliments for her voice mingled with complaints that she didn't make eye contact, didn't linger long enough, didn't appear grateful. Fair or not, each anecdote added mortar to a reputation wall. Cold, cold, condescending, political. And once that storyline hardened, every public move, every tweet, every red carpet quote was filtered through the assumption Hollywood has always attempted to manufacture stars. Think of the early 2010s push for Jai Courtney, Sam Worthington, or even Taylor Kitsch. Actors handed blockbuster roles before audiences learned their names. Studios poured millions into promotion, confident that exposure equals affection. Yet each example proved the same merciless rule. Charisma cannot be mass-produced. The public will watch, maybe once. If they don't feel a spark, they move on. Zegler's Ascent followed the same blueprint. Steven Spielberg plucked her out of high school obscurity for West Side Story. Critics raved, awards followed, yet that film underperformed commercially, and general viewers still couldn't pick her out of a lineup. Disney executives, undeterred, placed a Disney princess crown on her head. Then Lionsgate cast her in the Hunger Games prequel. The Machine believed repetition would turn recognition into loyalty. Instead, repetition without genuine connection bred fatigue. Fans began muttering, "Why is she in everything?" before they decided if they even liked her. Social media complicates perception further. At the 2025 Met Gala, Rachel floated up, the famous steps in pearlescent Dior, and was showered in digital hearts. Commenters gushed, "Mother," and "She's perfection," while bizarrely, Gal Gadot, who had barely spoken publicly all season, caught stray insults for doing nothing. TikTok's algorithm loves extremes. It can flip affection like a coin, but likes are not loyalty. They don't cost money, they don't fill seats, and they disappear the moment a new trend rolls in. Zegler's team likely saw the Met Gala spike and exhaled, "See, she's winning them back." Yet the next morning, the Palladium seat map glowed blue again. Viral approval did not convert to ticket-buying commitment, proving once more that digital applause can be an echo chamber disconnected from real-world economics. Backstage murmur always leaks. Recently, Gal Gadot gave an interview stressing how essential teamwork is when two leads embody legendary rivals like Snow White and the Evil Queen. Without naming names, she mentioned setbacks, exhaustion, and a lack of mutual support. Industry sites read between the lines and concluded Zegler's on-set comportment left coworkers drained. Whether that's fair or overblown, the hint was enough. Audiences rarely hear first-hand gossip, but Hollywood craftspeople do, and they staff the next wave of productions. Word that an actor is hard work spreads faster than a cold in a dressing room. Headlines followed. Has Rachel Zegler burned bridges before turning 25? Anonymous crew members described an atmosphere where every conversation risked becoming political. Every suggestion met with a TED Talk rebuttal. Again, impossible to fact-check in full, yet repetition molds public perception. In The Influencer, age, rumor alone can reshape a career trajectory. Let's pause and acknowledge a fact her harshest critics rarely concede. Rachel Zegler can sing. She can belt Eva Perón's climactic phrases without a mic glitch. She can slip into Spanish syllables with the fluidity of her Colombian roots, then pivot into crystalline soprano high notes. People lucky enough to catch her Broadway run of Romeo plus Juliet still rave about chills during the balcony scene reprise. Talent is not the missing ingredient. What's missing is goodwill. Audiences forgive shaky notes if they love you. They pounce on flawless performances if they don't. Think about live clips of Adele hitting a rare flat pitch. Fans cheer louder, protective. Now imagine a technically perfect rendition from an artist who once mocked your favorite childhood movie. You'd nod, maybe applaud politely, but the goosebumps wouldn't come. That's the paradox Zegler lives. The better she performs, the more it highlights how little hearts she's actually won. Hollywood rarely issues pink slip press releases. Instead, the phone just stops ringing. Scheduling conflicts appear. Option clauses mysteriously expire. Projects go in a different creative direction. One agent describes it as the velvet black hole treatment. Your resume still sparkles on IMDb, but casting directors scroll past you because the word-of-mouth risk is higher than the potential reward. Evidence suggests that process has begun. New franchise leads once rumored for Zegler, an MCU spin-off, an animated live-action hybrid, have moved to other names. Her Hunger Games contract obliges promotional duties for streaming releases, but insiders note she is no longer priority. For studio junkets, Disney's postponement of Snow White spin-off merchandise merchandise quietly deleted her likeness from prototype packaging. No cancellations, no scandals, just a steady dimming. That's ghosting, Hollywood style. How did billion-dollar corporations miss such obvious warning signs? They looked at early career accolades, Golden Globe, National Board of Review, and assumed trophies equal fans. They misread social media virality as universal love, forgetting algorithms inflate friction. Hate watchers and fandoms share the same digital stage. Most of all, studios believed the 1990s formula of cast, blast, cash still works. It doesn't. Modern viewers demand authenticity. When they sniff corporate agenda, they recoil. Zegler's saga is the cautionary tale executives feared but refused to study. Force-fed stardom backfires. The audience decides. Not Condé Nast puff pieces, not trending topic dashboards. Human beings with wallets and weekend plans. If those people feel preached at, they'll stay home, leaving theaters to echo. Is Rachel Zegler's career finished? No. Flash freezes in entertainment thaw all the time. Robert Downey Jr. rebounded from court dates to become Iron Man. Drew Barrymore turned tabloid chaos into daytime TV warmth. But redemption arcs start with humility and a public olive branch. If Zegler steps onto that Palladium stage night after night, plays her heart out, bows deeper than anyone else, thanks the crowd until her microphone squeals, and, perhaps most important, stops dismissing the stories people love, she could write the second act herself. Because talent still matters, hard work still matters, but connection rules them both. And connection begins the moment an artist looks at the audience and silently says, "I see you. I respect what you care about." If Zegler relearns that language, the ghost lights in London might dim for the right reason. A full house doesn't need them. Until then, the empty seats speak louder than any headline. They whisper a single brutal truth every performer knows deep down. The crowd always gets the final word.